Did Nana come with you?
No, oh, I thought you were telling me he was coming.
No, I said.
You were suggesting.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just saying,
I'm
what
sorry.
about Nana? No, it's okay.
I screwed up.
I know, I feel so bad because he was wanting to take, private, classes again, but all I was doing was privates and I was only doing like very, because it was so sketchy there at the beginning to be able to do, to do it without going to jail.
They wouldn't make you go to jail, it's just what people would think. Bunch of bullshit.
Oh.
How's your day been? Bridget?
Me? Oh, like chaotic, like always.
Pretty good. How about yours?
Mine's good. Not chaotic, so that's good. Busy.
I've been going nonstop and I didn't even make it to my morning classes coming up. Oh my gosh. I've just been going way too much. Too fast, too much, yeah. Ready for a vacation. Great.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah. I don't think I can get away. I want to, believe me. So everybody in the group is going to be practicing with us. We're doing a whole YTT teacher training online though. So
Okay.
I'm certifying some yoga instructors online.
Okay.
And so they're all going to be practicing and we're all going to be practicing in the group together.
Oh,
Oh, I want to know. And I need to wipe those down a little bit better.
Where's the spray? I'll do it.
Because I wiped them down, but people walk on them and then because I don't like to roll them up after I wipe them down, because they get all soggy. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Here, let me make some. I'm just gonna throw some of this in there. Make sure we kill all those germs on there and all. So any talk about when school's going back in, or how's that going? Nothing.
They said maybe, they're expecting us to come back in late July, but my coach is realistic. He does not have any idea,
Yeah,
as no one does.
exactly.
People are already planning to, we're gonna come back July 1st. It's not happening.
Yeah. What school do you go to again?
Northwestern?
Northwestern.
Mhm.
And that's in
Chicago. Mm-hmm.
Northwestern.
Yep. This Texas heat is killing me.
Huh?
This Texas heat is killing me.
You whatever, aren't you from here?
I am, but being Chicago is so much less extreme.
Yeah, no, I know.
So
it hasn't even gotten hot yet.
I know.
It's like it hasn't
Was it
even
90s?
thought about getting hot yet.
Was it 90s?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
just
and you
spoiled.
haven't been in my studio when it's hot.
No. I don't think I have, because
No.
I know how hot it gets.
It gets about 105 in here.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's
hot,
like
yeah.
literally the whole floors are just soaking wet and it's like clean up on aisle everywhere. We could slip slide in here if we wanted to, Oh. Hello! Hey guys, I'm excited. Grayson, this is Ariana, and then Claire. You see her ceiling fan. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
And then that's Grayson, and then my friend Maxine.
Hi.
We're excited. You guys are going to be practicing with us, and I'll try to keep an eye on the group to see if anybody else is trying to get in. So, but can you see everything okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And so, Grayson, you are a linebacker, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't know I forgot what position Nana plays, and when he was gonna get here, I was gonna be like, do you know what
Northwestern.
position Nana plays?
He
said
plays
no.
defensive end.
Defense.
It's similar.
Cool.
Yeah. He's a tall guy.
Yeah, he's super
I'm a
cool.
short. I'm like a short version of the defensive end. So linebacker.
Well, you're a linebacker open shoulders now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You're like, that's what? His freaking shoulders since Easter only.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done like he's kicking ass.
Come on.
Like he's totally advancing. I'm gonna have to like.
Come on.
I told him I said I'm gonna have to challenge you. Where he's like, no, no, no.
Good regression.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna move this thing on my screen. Woo! All right.
Oh my gosh, I haven't practiced in so long.
Girls, I've
It's a WD-40
never
on
sore from
every-
practicing, and I was so sore the other day. Huh?
I'm not even just sat like this. This hurts.
But it feels good though, doesn't it?
It feels good.
Yeah. It's like it hurts so good, but not really. No. It's cool. Those things on my feet. Probably gonna need a sweat towel too. Cool, look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Check you out.
Your broken toe cup.
I know, that's impressive. You're just trying to show up. You're just
Yeah,
trying to show
showing
up.
off.
Yeah.
Online.
Right? You gotta make it look good. Oh, that's impressive. I'm proud of you. Wow. Good. So this is called broken toe pose, guys. So yeah, it's literally means no. Exactly what it is.
Get on your toes.
Yeah. All right, and so let's just get into up on the top of the ankles and get the ankles kind of stretched out. Which one's harder for you, the broken toe or that
Broken
one?
toe.
Oh, yeah, okay. Some people it's the other way, but yeah.
Really?
Broken toe for sure on me too. I can sit like this for days or like this.
I can't do that.
It took a long time for me. And then you see the guys, you know, that have their feet and then they take their feet up this way. So their feet go in like this and their feet are together and then they go up all the way towards their chest.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, my body doesn't fold like that. Can't imagine it's actually good for the knees, but I can't imagine. Anyway.
Why do you need to do that?
Actually helps with the fluid of the knees. So like any more that you can, like this one too, is really good to help with the fluid of the knees and everything. But yeah, it's extremely hard and it's not one you want to press into. Yeah. I'll usually start people with a block underneath them and then slowly lower it down and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't do it. It takes some time to get there. You gotta breathe. Breathe through. How's your breathing going? Oh, in fact, let's do your bolt real quick. We're gonna do a bolt real quick with him because we started his bolt early. What was your bolt, like 17?
17.
Yeah.
17 exactly.
Okay, so you remember inhale normal, exhale normal. Let's see. All right. Okay, so inhale normal, and then exhale normal, and then hit the button as soon as you press all the air out. Is that normal?
No, not really.
Not really.
Hey Bridget, Emma wants to get in.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Hi, Emma. Hey. Hi. We're taking Grayson's second bolt now. We took his when he first started with us, and now I'm taking his second bolt right now. And then we're gonna go into practice. So get on your mat and practice with us. Where were you?
28.
28. That's
Better.
you know.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it is. That means you're making your more
A little
more
below average, right? Is that just a little below?
for an athlete,
For an
but
athlete, okay.
the 17 was below normal for a human.
17 is horrible.
Yeah, Miles was 13 when he came back, so it's not you were
Okay, good. That makes me feel much better. Much better.
But yeah, at least so now your oxygen is more readily available in your
Okay.
blood cells.
Right.
Good job. All right. So we always start each class with a breath of fire. It's an upregulating breath and it turns on your nervous system, gets your body ready for practice. It also helps clear out your nasal passages because we're breathing in and out through our nose, keeping our mouth closed through the entire practice. So, So remember, we're taking a big belly breath, so our belly and our diaphragm is being worked, and then we're trying to move our internal and intercostal muscles, and then bringing it up to our accessory muscles. So it's a and so inhale, big belly breath, and then exhale all your air out, and then inhale deeply, and then exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale. Take your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Just taking a time to be grounded. Being in this moment right now on your mat, being present. And I want you to imagine your breath coming out through the center of your heart, through your chest. Just focusing your breath on the center of your heart. And I want you to picture what you want your most badass year to look like for you. What are you doing and who are you with? Can you build that in your mind and in your body right now? If you're on a beach, imagine your feet in the sand. Big, huge umbrella drink next to you. And setting an intention to be a better version of yourself every day. Never giving up on you. Practicing self-love. So set an internal intention for your practice today. What does that mean for you? And then picture that in your mind's eye and in your body. And now be grateful for it as if it's already happening for you and to you. And then looking up at the ceiling and making a ridiculous smile, who cares? And then now try to be depressed. Yeah, you can. It's really hard. So just take that every day. Anytime you feel like you don't like something or you're getting upset, just look at the ceiling and be crazy. It's okay. Nobody cares. And then slowly open your eyes and come to your downward facing dog. And just kind of notice where your body is today. That seems like it's sore. It's cricky. We give our body and our all these labels, right? Like, oh, I'm old. I'm broken. Oh, my back, my. And then find stillness. Make sure you're gripping your mat with your bridges and domes. creating some strength in your hands and not dumping into the wrists. Pulling your shoulder blades down and back. And then inhale deeply through the nose. And open up your mouth inside out. Inhale deeply through the nose. And open up your mouth inside out. Trying to keep that same breath through practice, but with our mouth closed. Making our exhalations longer than our inhalations. And then taking a lot of weight into your hands and walking your hands up between your hands. Walking your feet up in between your hands. Good. And then forward fold, just grab opposite elbows here. And lean your body weight forward. Take a deep bend in your knees. So give your back a break. And just take a really deep bend and just turn your head yes and no. And then inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. Reaching up towards the ceiling and then pulling your shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back, pull back in your shoulder blades, and then exhale, step back to your plank position. And so, really making a strong plank, you okay? Oh, okay. Not a half push-up yet, just a plank. And so really engage your quads and pull your body forward, pulling your hands back towards your toes, and then pressing back in your heels. Not dumping down in your butts, good. And then come about 3 inches more forward to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing, pull your chest through. Good, change in the arm, that was good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. And then exhale, fold. Inhale to your flat back. And exhale, step back to your half push-up, making your arms right next to your body. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Job. Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together, shoulder blades pulled down and back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees deeply, touch the floor, reach up. And sink down and back. Squeeze it or no one else will. Palms together because it's harder, connecting our energies. Getting a micro tuck in our low back so we're not dumping into our low back. I know it hurts the quads, but we need that. Breathe and sink lower. Exhale, forward fold. That's the pose that separates the men from the boys. No, I'm kidding. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Pull your chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Those toe rolls. Anchor your left foot in a 45 and take your right leg up behind you. Great.
Oh.
He's like, woo, I'm in. So left leg is at a 45, right leg comes up.
Flat-footed?
Nope. But yeah, it's flat. Your back leg. It's at a 45. Yeah. And then step that right foot between your hands, coming up, warrior one. So make sure the toes are forward, hips are forward, shoulders are forward in warrior one. So just angle your toes in just a little bit more. I'm sorry, I confused the heck out of y'all on that one.
Like this?
So this way. And then hips are forward, palms are coming out to the side and up. Sinking a little bit lower. Exhale all the way down to your half push-up, using your core to take your leg back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Anchor your right foot at a 45, left foot comes up. And then engage your core, step that left foot between the hands, warrior one. So bring your arms out to the side, reaching up. And then find some room in your warrior. Exhale all the way down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Pull your chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Maxine's like, I'm already taking it off. Keeps getting So now connecting our body, our breath, our movement.
Oh, thank you.
Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Anchor your left foot at a 45, step your right foot between your hands, warrior one. So pull your shoulders forward, hip goes back. Exhale, warrior two. Gaze over your right fingertips, knee is going out towards your pinkies, and really internally rotating that front foot, taking all your attention on the outside of your left foot, and reach forward and reverse your warrior, keeping that bend in the front knee. And then straighten out your front leg, coming forward into your triangle. Good. Getting the feeling that you're being lifted. Good. So really engaging the legs. Take your bottom hand and reach forward towards the pole and wish you were in it. Coming back, warrior two. Good job, guys. Take your elbow on the inside of your knee, press your knee away. Arm reaches up and over, palms facing down. Straight. Press, reach, press. Coming back to your warrior two. And then exhale everything down to your half. Push up and hold. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Anchor your right foot at a 45. Step your left foot between your hands, warrior one. Good. Hips are forward, toes are forward. And then exhale, open up to warrior two. Imagine your insides are peeling open in your hips. And then reach forward and reverse your warrior, keeping that bend in the front knee. Good. Just really trying to get some space in our ribs. And then straighten out your front leg, reaching forward into your triangle. Good. Using our feet to grip the mat. Taking that bottom hand forward just for a second. I know it sucks, but you guys are amazing. Back to your warrior two. Good job. Elbow on the inside of your knee, pressing your knee away. Arm reaches up and over. Getting that external rotation of the shoulder. Coming back to your warrior two. And then exhale all the way down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Reconnecting with our breath. trying to contemplate how this pose becomes the resting pose when it sucks at the beginning.
Right.
But thank God when we're there, right? Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees deeply, touch the floor, reach up. I know, everyone hates chairs. Chairs, I actually love chair, I've always hated chair. So, but it's no one's favorite. Left elbow comes on the outside of your right knee and press and twist. Taking your gaze over your right shoulder, and now our pelvis is pulling out towards the left. So we're trying to twist our pelvis to the left and twist looking over our right shoulder. So with control, step that left foot back behind you in your warrior 1 foot, toes going forward, heel going down, and twist. Good. And then coming up to your, stepping up, and so you're just gonna step about halfway up. Taking either opposite elbows, opposite hands. Yeah. Do you need a, how are you doing? Are you almost there? Holy crap, that's awesome! Man, he had some
Jacked up shoulders.
crazy shoulders, but he's nice. I know, like, he's impressive. Like, I'm like, I'm gonna make it harder. He's like, no. And so, externally rotating that front leg, internally rotating the back leg, and then hinging at the hips, leaning forward. Gaze is about a few inches in front of your toes. Making sure you're still squeezing back in the shoulder blades. And then very slowly release your bind, taking your left hand on the outside of your foot and taking your hand on the back of your butt and twisting, trying to keep that integrity in the butt and spine and your butt and spine and your tailbone. I can't talk today, I'm tired. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold, good job. Woo! Take your feet about hip width distance, grabbing your big toes with your peace fingers, peace. No, not yet. And then inhale, look up, pull up. And then as you exhale, leaning your body weight forward, allowing your arms to wing out to the side. Make sure you're not wearing your shoulders as earrings. They're not fashionable. They're not in season this year. And just leaning your body weight forward. Releasing in the head and neck, maybe turning your head yes and no. And then slowly taking your hands up to your waist, and then slowly coming up. I know. That one never gets easier, I swear it doesn't. Bend your knees deeply, touch the floor, reach up. And now, right arm on the outside of your left knee and twist. So take the time to get your twist. Take the time to pull your pelvis the opposite direction you're twisting. Good adjustment. Finding your balance. Twisting in your thoracic spine, your middle spine with the ribs. Stepping that left foot back behind you, or your other foot back behind you. With your toes going forward, heel on the ground. And then coming all the way up, palms pressed together. And now taking whatever binds you took on one side. You're like, which one? And so externally rotating your front leg, internally rotating your back leg, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. So make sure we don't come down with an arch spine. So whatever bind we have, we're keeping that integrity in the spine. And so gazing in front of your toes, so usually, yeah, right here, trying to lengthen in the spine. This is actually a spine lengthening pose. You know, it feels like it's lengthening everything, but it truly kind of is. So try to keep that spine as lengthened as you can, keeping the hips from going one way or the other. And then slowly release your bind, taking your right hand on the outside of your left foot and twist, keeping the integrity of your spine. Good. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Woo! Take your feet about hip width distance or wider. And then bend your knees deeply, taking your hands all the way underneath, stepping onto your wrists if you can, giving your wrists a little toe massage. And then inhale, look up, pull up. And then as you exhale, leaning your body weight forward, allowing your legs to straighten out if you can. And again, leaning that body weight forward. So finding that push-pull, that yin-yang energy. The advancement of this is tiptoeing in just your wrists and not smashing your face. Take a deep bend in your knees, releasing your bind, slowly taking your hands up to your waist, and then again, slowly coming up. Ooh, I try to break that one up sometimes, because doing two of those at the same time together, Take that right foot and take a big step out to your right. Hands on your waist, and then inhale, look up, and then as you exhale, hinging at the hips, and then just lean your body weight forward. So if your head is too close to the mat, shorten your stance and make sure your feet are forward. Lean that body weight forward again. Just activating your feet as like an internal rotation, firing up our legs. Breathe. And then slowly coming up with a flat back. Woo. Interlace your hands behind you, so make sure you have your palms pressed together here. We don't want to risk our shoulders. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, coming forward. Again, leaning that body weight forward. And then very, very slowly taking your hands down. Try to take your palms down to the mat and try to take your palms down to where they will meet the back of your heels. And just walking your hands forward, kind of trying to pull your body weight forward. But if your palms are coming up, walk them forward. You want to have your palms down. Yes, good. Breathe. Bringing your body through if you can. And then slowly release, taking your hands back up to your waist. And then slowly come down to your yogi squat. Pressing your knees out. Trying to sink your tailbone down. Take your right hand in front of your right foot and shin and twist, taking your gaze up towards your left fingertips. Inhale back to center, pressing your knees out. And then left hand comes out in front of your shin and twist. So focusing a lot of breath in the low back. It's a really great way to kind of get some relief back there. Even though it feels like you're probably struggling everywhere else. Coming back to center. Hands on the mat, gripping your mat with your bridges and domes. Coming up onto your tiptoes. And then bending your elbows backwards, leaning your body weight forward, taking your butt up in the air. Take your knees behind your triceps. And Maybe you'll play with one leg coming up, maybe two. Doesn't help if you're super sweaty on the legs.
Yeah, I'm so sweaty.
It's like you gotta kick in way more core at that point to get it in the hole. So if you fall out, get back in. You got this. Woo! And you're doing your crow like a yogi now and not like an athlete. Wow! Good job. Much harder than frog, right?
Yeah. Frog's hard.
Good. And then step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Woo! Just kind of sway your hips side to side. And then inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. So, sucking in our chocolate shake. Get that straw up there now. Taking all that weight, that power over to your left leg. Right leg comes up. And then focusing on one spot. So find your jersti. And then taking your leg out to the side. Really pulling that knee back. Now take your gaze over your left shoulder. Maybe even take a gaze back at your booty, see how it's doing. Really testing your balance. And then inhale back to center, hands up over your head. And then straighten out your leg and hold for 3. Don't lean back. Lift higher, 2. And 1. Good job. Your face is killing me. Woo!
It's a relief.
That'll put hair on your chest.
Yeah.
And so engaging everything. See, it makes you appreciate the small things, though,
Yes.
right? You know, like not holding your leg up.
Right.
And so taking all that power over into your right leg, left knee comes up. And so grounding down. Take that left knee out to the side. Again, very slowly taking our gaze over our right shoulder. And then inhale back to center. Hands up over your head. And then straighten out your leg and hold for 3. Lift higher, 2. And 1. Woo! Right leg comes on the inside of your thigh, thigh pressing into your heel, heel pressing into your thigh. So take the second to kind of find your hips, make sure your hips are not one way or the other, so they're in alignment. Hands to press center. And then interlace your hands in front of you, taking your arms up. Slowly taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then just lean back, going back into a back bend until you fall. Your body will catch you. It knows what to do.
That was take 2.
Do what?
That was take 2.
That was take 2. You got this. That was good. Very
Do what I
good.
could.
Do what?
I do what I could.
Taking your left foot on the inside of your thigh, pressing your thigh into your heel, heel into your thigh. Whoop. There it is. Hands to press center. Interlacing your hands in front of you, taking your hands up and over. I feel like I should move out of y'all's way. Growing your tree. Now close your eyes. Oh, it gets me every time. Maxine's like, trees move. She's doing the close-eyed tree move. I love it. Awesome. All right. Exhale, forward fold. Whew.
Nice and sweaty.
I know, right? Sweaty's good. I miss sweating.
Also.
Huh?
You haven't had a sweat in a while.
No, sweating is good. It's so good for you. Puts hair on your chest. No, I'm kidding. So stepping back to your downward facing dog, give me either 10 frog hops or 10 donkey kicks. Good soft landing. Good, good, good. Woo! I'm kicking my ass, do you mind? And then just come to your child's pose. Focusing with our mouth closed, trying to reconnect with the breath. Slowly coming back up. Hey, I can't be too nice. You guys will start like taking me down. And then taking your arms out wide, making sure that you've got some grip in your mat. Look between your hands, try to jump through. That was graceful. Boom. And boat.
I got shot.
So grabbing the back of your knees, kind of pull your chest forward, get your spine really, really straight. Reach forward. And then slowly lower down for 3, for 2, and 1. Good job. Take your heels to your butt. Won't make you do like 12 of those today. So see if you can reach back and touch your ankles. Look at you already trying to go in the wheel. It's already like, he's like, I'm ready to show off my wheel. Let's go ahead and do bridge first though. So interlace your hands underneath you, walking your shoulders underneath. And then lifting up, taking your chest towards your chin, not your chin towards your chest. Trying to get big belly breath, make sure your knees are forward. And then slowly lower down, windshield wiper your legs side to side. Giving our spine a little bit of warning first. And then slowly coming back up into your bridge, interlacing your hands underneath you, pressing up. Take your hands up and over, fingertips facing forward, and come up onto the top of your head. And then pressing all the way up, knowing if it doesn't challenge us, it doesn't change us. Woo, you're slipping?
Yup.
Careful. Breathe. So if we focus on the struggle, it's going to grow there, I promise. Slowly tuck your chin and lower down. Good job. Windshield wiper, side to side. And then if you can, you must. So will. You gotta put this back there.
I might need that one.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And so, trying not to focus on our struggles in our poses, just like we focus on our struggles in life. So taking yourself somewhere else. Where can you take yourself? Can you take yourself to the beach? How can we check out and let this just be a growth and not a struggle? Very good, you guys. Very good. Very hold, especially not that long. I'm super proud. I'm like a proud mama. And then rock and roll 3 times. Woo! Woo! And then just floppy fold over your legs, not trying to get anywhere, just floppy fold. Slowing down the breath. And then slowly coming back down, taking your knees towards your face, and then hands underneath your back. I'm gonna totally blow up Grayson's head right now, but look at his freaking shoulder stand. It's redunculous. Like he doesn't even use his arms. Like put your arms there, boy. Very good. Focusing on our big belly breath here. I'm having triplets over here. What are you guys having? Alright. As long as they just come out as like beers. No, I'm just kidding. And then hinging at the hips. Taking your feet back behind you, coming onto the tops of your toes. Calm the breath. Knees to your ears for ear pressure pose. And then using your hands as brakes, slowly lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming up and around. Interlacing your fingers in front of you. Hairline directly on the mat. Using your hands to squeeze your head, making sure your elbows are directly under your shoulders and you're not sweating to where you could risk your elbows or shoulders. Anytime you're too sweaty on the mat, I want you to be protected more than anything. And you know, that's amazing. Sweating is great.
Oh, yeah.
I love the sweat.
Sweat's my middle name.
I love it. I love it. But I still want you to be safe. Yeah. I gotta get more mats. They're just so expensive that absorb all the sweat. And so walking your feet up and towards you in down dog feet or legs. And then maybe take one knee in, maybe both. Woo! That's awesome. Good, good. Because it's harder to stay there than it is to go up. So good. You want that foundation. You want that to be where it's going to be solid constantly. Take your hips really wide, open them up, and just come to another child's pose. Just like tell yourself, my gosh, I am a bad ass. That cow ass kicked my ass, but I didn't bolt. When it got uncomfortable, I stayed. And I pushed into it. Disciplining my mind, my body, my nervous system. If we do what is easy in life, life will be hard. But if we do what's hard in life, life will be easier. I don't know why that works, but it does. And then slowly just walking your hands back up, helping yourself back up. Coming back, taking your legs up into boat.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. body so heavy. Just let everything droop into the mat.
Oh, wow, I just heard something.
Squirrel. Lowering your body down, palms open. You need to be more receiving. And literally just letting all your worries, all your dramas, all your sicknesses just drain into the earth. Giving your mind and your body this time to absorb your practice. You will have your to-do list when you get done. But you're here now, you're my prisoner. So take this time for you.
Materials, right? When we're under stress, we're we're using our senses to determine reality. So now you feel more like matter, less like energy, more separate from possibility. So then, to teach a person then how to regulate that heart center. And we do this, we've done 6,000 heart scans. Why? Because if I can teach you how to get in that heart state, and I can teach you how to activate that center, and I can teach you how to regulate an elevated emotion, the heart starts to create a very coherent signature. And when the heart starts beating like a drum, like dropping a pebble in water, it begins to produce a measurable magnetic field up to 3 meters wide. Now you're more energy than matter, more wave than particle. Now, that field that's being created is measurable, and that's an energy, and energy is frequency, and all frequency carries information. So what is the information when it makes it here? Because you're sharing the world. It can carry the thought of your healing. Why? Because it's consistent with the energy. Guilt isn't going to carry the thought of your healing. It's a different frequency. And all of a sudden now, the person is elevating their emotional state and they're allowing their thought to be carried on that frequency. They're broadcasting a whole new energetic signature. But thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body. And how you think and how you feel creates your state of being. So then the question is, if you keep practicing creating that state of being, it should become familiar to you, yes or no? Yes. The word meditation literally means to become familiar with. So then if you're practicing moving into these elevated states and your heart is coherent and we're measuring it, and I can say, Louis, you got it. Now do it for 30 minutes. Now do it for 60 minutes. And you practice creating that coherence. You'll know when you're there and when you're not, yes or no? Sure. And then you would be able to say, like a skill, like anything else, give me a minute. I'm going to step out and you're going to go back into heart coherence and bring up that state. Now, you get there in the heart. No, practice the formula. Again, rest your attention, stop calling up elevated emotions, and when you start seeing that starts happening, then you sustain it and you keep practicing. And all of a sudden, it gets longer and longer and longer. Now, what's the relevance behind that? Well, we've measured neurotransmitters. So when a person actually activates their heart, the heart releases a chemical called oxytocin. Oxytocin is actually the love chemical. Oxytocin signals nitric oxide. Nitric oxide signals another chemical called endothelial-derived relaxin factor. What does that do? Causes the vessels in your heart to swell. You will literally have energy in your heart. You will literally feel like your heart is full. Now, once you have that feeling, you're not going to want to trade that feeling for anyone or anything. You're going to say, why would I judge that person? If I judge that person, I'm going to lose this feeling. Now, all of a sudden, you're self-regulated. Now, once the heart is activated, I just was at the research lab this week. Once the heart is activated, it acts as an amplifier, and it amplifies energy in the brain. So once you start opening that heart, and it begins to signal the brain, you're going to suppress those survival centers. In fact, the research shows it will reset your baseline. In other words, if you're anxious and vigilant, and you learn how to self-regulate, you'll actually reset the baseline, and you'll say, well, the trauma was 15 years ago, I saw somebody get murdered or whatever. And then you'll say, yeah. But the moment the heart, not the brain, it's the heart that actually resets the amygdala. And all of a sudden, the person switches down, and all of a sudden, like, anxiety. Thousands of brain scans with anxiety.
Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Starting to wake your body back up again. Twisting in your wrists and your ankles. And then reaching up over your head and kicking into your heels. Squeezing every muscle in your body, feeling alive. And then pulling your knees into your chest and just rolling around on your low back for a second. And then taking both legs over to the right. Leaning both shoulder blades down on your mat, taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Allowing your body to feel that twist. Releasing any clenching or resisting. We always want to have control. Try to let it go. And then slowly taking both legs over to your left side. Taking your gaze over your right shoulder. the back of your spine. Release your jaw, release your hip flexors, release your ankles. And then coming onto your left side in a fetal position, in a pose of gratitude. Grateful for you taking this time for you. Taking the time to get to know who you are. Taking the time to let go of past resentments, fears, all the things that keep us from growth. That's what you did today. You had a pretty damn good day. So tell yourself thank you. We don't think about ourselves enough. We think about everything else and try to take our attention everywhere but ourselves. Practice self-love. And then slowly coming up to a seated position with your eyes closed and your tail on the back of your neck. Finishing class with a balancing breath. And this is perfect because me and Grace have been working on bumblebee breath. So you guys, this was the next breath I was going to go into with you guys. And I'll turn on the lights so you guys can see us. Turn down the radio. Yeah. I'm going to close this door though, otherwise we're going to get eaten alive. My Rafiki stick. It's in the past. That's a little aggressive. All right. So, and you haven't tried this yet either, Maxine. So, I'm taking your middle finger to the bridge of your nose, because I know that's the finger you guys want to give me. Especially. And so when we inhale, we'll, our mouth is for eating, our nose is for breathing, but when we exhale, we'll when we exhale? Yep. And so inhaling through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug your nose and hold. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Plug your nose and hold. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug your nose and hold. Exhale, humming. Plug your nose and hold. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Open up the ribs. Plug your nose and hold. Slowly exhaling through your hum. Plug your nose and hold. Allow your body to be uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Hold. Release. Take your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Just taking this last second with yourself. Being proud of yourself. If it doesn't challenge us, it doesn't change us. And we are worth it. Because what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing again, expecting different results. But we are so guilty of it. So step out of your own way. May this yoga practice heal and strengthen your body and your mind. May this yoga practice change and strengthen your body and your mind. Thumb knuckles to forehead. Together we say, Namaste. Woohoo! Good job, guys. Good job, ladies. Woo! I'm gonna bring Grayson over here so you guys can all meet him up close. No. And Maxine, come here, Maxine, this is my bestie, I love her. So this is Eva, this is Claire, this is Ariana. Oh, did we lose somebody? But, yeah, and so he's been with me since Easter, and shoulders everything, like, I'm so proud of him. So stinking proud of him.
Thank
Like, he has improved so quickly. Freaking high five, mister.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Bridget.
Dr. Bridget. I don't know about that. Maybe, what is that, insane doctor? Maybe that. Oh, well that is awesome, guys. Well, I'm gonna get cleaned up and let them go, but then I'll jump back on. What time is it even?
10 to 9.
Okay, oh, so we'll just go over some stuff. So did you do the bubble beat around at the end? So did you see that difference? So the humming actually helps heal too. And so whenever we shake, we release trauma. When we hum, it actually helps release like, you know, parts of us that are just really stiff. And then just obviously the breath. And so when we can add the hum in there's some studios that will actually get you into real deep poses and make you hum through the whole, you know, the whole pose and stuff like that. So just having all different kinds of walks of life and all that stuff. So, and he's improved his bolt. So pretty darn good.
Seconds.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
hell yeah. We'll get you up to that 120.
Oh.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
I have a hand sanitizer, like one of the sides is like blocked, and so it squirts on the side. He just got squirted. No, I'm kidding.
Sure did.
I didn't mean to squirt on you. That's so good. Okay, I'll get back on here in about, say about 10 minutes. So we'll all take a break, get some water, but did y'all enjoy practice?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'll see you guys back here in about 10 minutes. Bye.
Hey.
I know, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like yesterday 6 a.m. until 10 p.m.
Ooh.
Today was well, I canceled till 6 a.m. And then I got back on at 7:15 though, and
Long days.
So it's 10 to 9.
no, I'm actually just gonna answer any questions they have about practice, but that's it. And then I'm gonna be like, that's so cool. I don't even know if I'm gonna be even more than 10 minutes. So, because I still have to go home and get the rest of the 2 weeks put in there and get a bunch of stuff done and start even getting their finals done. So it's almost like when you you do like a 6-week summer course. So
That's
it's
what
almost
this
kind
is
of like
like.
what we're
Okay.
doing. So it's a crash course and it's online.
Accelerated learning.
Which has never happened.
Ooh,
The
yeah.
Alliance has
That's-
never allowed this to happen. And so they'll still get their Alliance certification, but they're getting it online, which is
That's crazy.
never been able to happen.
Living in history.
I know, so I'm like, we're making history,
Yeah,
guys.
making history.
Oh my god, I need to write that down, that's great stuff.
Making
See,
history,
see,
yeah.
awesome. No. see, all that yoga is
Yeah.
making it, no,
It's coming out.
brilliant.
It's bringing it out. When are we,
That's what I was gonna ask you, are we doing Wednesday or Friday?
We can honestly just do Wednesday, because that's my day off.
Can
So,
we do Friday?
Fridays work too.
Okay.
Friday or Wednesday.
Okay, let's do Friday then, just because, or even Thursday. Which one is better for you?
Either one, honestly. Both of them are the same.
Okay,
I could do either.
okay, can I let you know?
Thursday.
as soon
Yeah,
as
let me know.
possible?
Just text me.
Okay, and then same time though, 7:30?
Yeah.
Okay, cause if I do Thursday, it's gonna be long, cause I got 2 trials before that, so I'm
Okay.
gonna do Friday. but-
Okay.
I'll get
Let
you
me
guys.
know.
I'll let
I'll
you.
hear you. I want you to make sure you have just a couple sessions.
Right.
Good night.
Bye.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too, sweetheart. He's such a sweet kid too. He's adorable. picture, where did that picture
We just
go?
need to get better ones.
Where, I
We
never
did
see
this one.
them. And those are all just different lights that he does.
No, I know, we did on the deep.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Where
look
did-
at
where
one
did
on
those
the
go?
tiger too. Huh?
Where did those go?
Look on the computer.
I never got them. Dee said she got them, cause I was like, I never got them. I never got them either. What you? I do need a post guinea pig though for when you have time, just cause I have to be able to like talk about it when it's hard for me to keep getting up and getting, and then talk, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can do it another time. Is that okay?
Of course, yeah, definitely not doing it tonight. I still have like 3 hours of work to do.
Hurry up,
And then I still have to get
it off.
45 minutes to drive, well, it's like 30 minutes. That freaking traffic, because they've got all that construction going on, it takes about 40 minutes.
Oh, did you call that guy about maybe?
Yeah, he said 125 an hour.
Take too long.
No, but it's a 40-minute drive.
Did he answer? Right away?
Yeah. That's all.
Well, I've done in high school. Mosquitoes.
I know, I was like,
All right, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Yeah, we will.